talk about James Houston. He's in danger of not making the Detroit Lions roster. And should the Lions allow him to make the roster? Right? You know, I don't. It's a lot of disappointments in Lions training camp. Let's start off there. From James Houston to the receiving core. Obviously, there's been some pleasant surprises. But to be honest, you know, he got a lot of speed, and a lot of people talking about what about trading him. Just knowing the fact that he can play on that level, as and get sacks at a high level, and you hate to say, well, he should be able to live off reputation and all that stuff, to be real. You know, to me, honestly, I mean, I gotta side with keeping him. Yeah, I gotta side with keeping him, to be real. I'm trying to figure out, you know what, man. I'm gonna go to this gym. I decide which gym I was gonna go to today. I had an open option. Usually the traffic determine where I'm gonna go. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and decide with keeping James Houston. Just knowing what he can do on this level. Coming off an injury, and then his speed on that speed on that edge. I don't know much about the other guy that played defensive end, Uboku or whatever his name is, but that speed they need on the defensive end, man. The speed they need, man. He the only real speed rusher, like true speed rusher. Well, Davenport, they got Davenport now. Aiden Hutchinson can do everything, so. But other than that, when you look at guys that possibly can line up at end, especially if BJ Reader come back, Anzarike can line up at end. Pascal, more of a power run stopping end. Who else we got? Kaminsky, he gone. He more of a power end. So a lot of the guys they got is really on that power, or really on that power tip. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them guys is really powered. So he one of them dudes that give you that speed. So, you know, I think the Lions, they just can't afford to lose any speed. Anybody that's got speed or close to elite speed, they're a slow football team. You know, and if Davenport can stay healthy, you know, he bring a lot of athletic ability as well too. So yeah, you can't afford to get rid of no speed, especially in that front seven. You know what I'm saying? Barnes is a really good athlete. Campbell's a solid athlete, but when you start talking about, you know, elite level athletes for their position in that front seven, it's Aiden Hutchinson, it's Levi Ornz-Rourke, for size, Aleem McNeil, but then Marcus Davenport and James Houston. That's a real short list. That's a real short list when you was talking about athletic ability. So I just don't think you can afford to lose somebody that you know can get you 7 sacks in a season. You know, and if I know they're trying to, get him to play a stand-up linebacker position, a weak side. I think it's a weak side linebacker position, and I understand that people say, well, that's what he played in college, but it seemed like his niche just might be as a situational pass rusher, and possibly as a full-time pass rusher if he learned to stop the run. So that might just be, what he ended up being. So yeah, I don't think you can just give away a guy, or you can get rid of a guy with that ability, to be honest. I mean, that don't grow on trees. He can get to the quarterback, close it, and then I don't know if was it just complacency, like I know I'm gonna be on the roster. Was it complacency? Was it a little bit injury, being injured? So I don't think you can get where there's somebody that you know can get production in the NFL at the top level. And everybody's not going to be a great practice player neither. That's another thing. Some of these guys don't have great practice habits, especially when they don't practice like they used to practice. So, you know, I hate to say he should live off a little bit of what he done in the past, but you just need you need as much speed as you can on this football team. Even looking at their corners ain't the fastest corners of all time. They more gritty, scrappy, strong man press corners. So I just don't think, and I've been saying this all offseason, I don't think they can afford to lose any speed. You know, and that's my opinion on it. That doesn't make it factual. That doesn't make it not true or true. I don't think they can afford to lose any speed defensively. So, especially knowing that Davenport can't stay healthy, to me it's a no-brainer. I keep him in the fold. To me, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, I keep him. It's too much. Now, if it come down to him, to another guy I feel is more productive and be more productive, then hey, you know. And I know he ain't gonna stick on the practice squad. You know, I get it. But maybe you can bargain him for a trade. So that might be something. Maybe you can bargain him for a trade. I don't know. So you might can just trade for him. You know, trade him and get a receiver or something like that. So they let Juju go to the Patriots. So that is what it is. But yeah, man, I'm leaning on keeping them, and you sit them down there and know, like, dog, you know, if you don't produce, you're gonna be on the street. So for you not to come back, and I don't know if it's not injury related, if you not to come back and not to show up on training camp to think that you earned a spot here, and you know what you done in that little you did in the past gonna make you earn you a spot. No, you still got to compete year in and year out. You ain't got no massive contract. You still got to get out here and compete. So as long as he know that, like, you know, you got to compete. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. So they keep James Houston. Hit the link tree. You can find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. I appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Hit the link tree. You can find me literally everywhere. You know, there, Facebook, Instagram, you know, the whole nine, my other channels.